Hi everyone, welcome to the rabbit hole. Let's dive into the misconceptions surrounding sex appeal and muscles. We often hear phrases like, money isn't important and looks don't matter. But in reality, success seems to favor those with wealth and attractiveness. Despite claims of valuing virtues, society gravitates towards those who offer material comfort, status, and desirable traits. Men with financial stability, social standing, and physical attractiveness often have more opportunities, regardless of their moral standing. It's about the complete package: wealth, status, looks, and genetics. While virtues are important, the truth is, the world values a combination of attributes. At the core, it's about satisfaction and pleasure. When you ask women what they want, they say just a nice guy, but they're just politically correct, meaningless words. You don't have to believe me, just look around. Some women say they prefer a dad bod. It's often because these men are perceived as easier to manipulate and extract resources from. For long-term relationships, some women might find them more convenient. When she says, "I want a dad bod," it might really mean, "I want someone I can control." But let's be real, muscles and visible abs are undeniably desirable. Not too long ago, I was in a relationship where I wasn't in my best shape. More like 20% body fat instead of my usual lean 10%. One day, I showed my ex a picture of me when I was at 10% body fat, ripped, with abs popping and a well-defined chest. Her reaction said it all. She looked worried and said, "You don't need to look like that with me." Translation: if you get that hot again, I'm gonna have a lot more competition. When she says, "That's too much muscle," she is actually saying is, "I don't think I'm hot enough to manipulate him." What about money? Where are the women dating homeless and penniless men? They don't exist. I know a man whose wife kicked him to the streets the moment his business failed. He used to be very successful, owned a couple of supercars, and lived a high life. But when the crisis hit, everything he owned was claimed by the banks. Like him, there has been thousands of men getting wiped out by financial institutions. What did the good wife who claimed she loved him do? Well, she moved on in a blunt truth. The same unpopular logic that governs financial stability applies to the male physique. Having an attractive body is an undeniable advantage. I am talking about an aesthetic and muscular body, not a hardcore steroid user, as I do understand that can often be less attractive to women. They might badmouth guys with model bodies, but deep down, they're often secretly drawn to them. Most women are either too distracted to admit it or simply too afraid to do so, fearing they won't measure up. That's why they often criticize men with muscles, as if everyone else isn't trying to enhance themselves in one way or another. Muscles and visible abs are undeniably desirable. When a woman settles for a guy with a gut, it's not because she finds his fat appealing. She's just tolerating it for another reason, but she is not attracted. But take a glance at those ripped male influencers on Instagram and TikTok. On the videos of them strolling down the streets shirtless, you can observe the way women look at them when they're out and about. What do you see? The admiration in women's eyes is unmistakable. You can practically see the lust in their eyes. Now, picture swapping a sculpted physique like David Lade with an average Joe that has a fat stack. Can you even imagine the same level of interest? Doubtful. Biologically, women are attracted to nice male physiques, regardless of what they say. Think about it. When women scroll through Tinder, what are they hoping to find? Certainly not overweight profiles. They're swiping right on the muscular specimens with defined jawlines that catch their eye. When a woman wants a one-night stand for any reason, who does she choose? The handsome guy with the abs, of course. Other factors are taken into account, such as status and charisma. But looking good opens and closes many doors. They say size doesn't matter, money doesn't matter, Muscles don't matter. What matters is the person inside. I'm laughing so hard that I think the walls might crack. But seriously, those are the exact qualities they prioritize. You're like a product on their shelf, waiting to be assessed. Every date that you go on seems like a job interview, because it is. It's essentially a rigorous job interview, where they're evaluating your worth and calculating the benefit of being with you. If the balance sheet looks favorable, you might just get the nod of approval. They are comparing you to the last 5 guys she went on a date with. Is he funnier? Is he better looking? Does he have more money? But the conclusion is very simple. Physical traits are number 1 in creating prospects. No one cares about your good deeds if you're not physically attractive. She won't be with you, even if build schools in remote villages for the poor. But if your abs don't resemble a Greek statue, you might as well be invisible on the dating scene, especially when it comes to online dating. Having 10-12% body fat with facial aesthetics and abs leads to a lot of interest from women. Call it the Zac Efron look. But there are more important things such as stature. Not being taller than her is a deal breaker. Not having muscles isn't. In the end, a well-defined body helps, but it's far from enough to negate the absent traits on a woman's shopping list. Can I build a fuckable physique naturally in theory? Yes. The problem is that extreme definition in a natural physique that has not taken any steroids gives a malnourished and fragile appearance. Good luck with the single-digit body fat trick like a pristine natural brother. You will get the "do you even lift, bro?" However, if you have good genetics, you might be able to sculpt a very effective physique capable of provoking the desired delirium. That said, the impressive-looking guys who get the most attention on Instagram are usually injecting steroids. Being tall helps. Having a good face helps. You can't control these things. A good haircut helps. Nice clothes help. Not being fat helps. Being toned helps. Inner confidence helps. You can control these things. Stop making excuses and put some work into yourself. If you liked the video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. See you on the next one.